Hey guys, it's Ashley here at ID Pilates. Today I'm going to take you through a reformer class that uses the inflatable ball, a resistance band, and the box. So we're going to get started today with the foot bar down and the long box on. Spring will be set to just one blue. Start with both of your your knees, right against the foot bar. Reach your arms up to the ceiling first and just kind of feel that weight sit back over your heels, ribs pulling back over your hips. Take a big inhale. And on your exhale, round your body forward, chin to chest, reaching the hands down to your box. On the next exhale, you're going to press all the way out, lifting your chin, lifting your chest into your cow position. On your inhale, round your spine, drawing the belly up and in, chin falls into the chest, and the carriage closes. Take that again. Exhale, pressing out. And then rounding the spine bone by bone, finding that articulation. We're going to do two more there. Maybe softening into your knees if you're having trouble keeping your hips sitting back. One more time. And then rounding all the way back up, allowing the carriage to close and the hands come off the box. Next, we're going to work on some stability. Keeping all of my weight in my left hip, I'm going to bring my right foot to the edge of the box. I still want to be as close to the bar as I can be. My right hip is drawing down, both hands go behind the head. While keeping the weight in that back heel, I'm going to press the box forward and release. So as you're lengthening your right leg, we continue to think of growing out of our left hip. For 3. And 2. One more time there. And next, the arms are going to open into a T. I'm still going to allow my left heel, hip, and knee to line up. Arms stay open. Let's press the box away first. Continue dropping that right hip and just twist open to the right. Really feeling like you're grounding that left foot down into the floor. And then twist left. And back to center. And come back in. Take that 2 more times. Pressing out. Slowly rotating and growing tall. Back to center. Rotating left. Back to center. And back in. You have 1 more here. And then we come back to center and we close. All right, so you should feel that heat warming up on the outside of that left hip. I know I am. Let's switch sides. Heel is on. I prefer to just flex my foot. Growing out of this right hip, but not hiking up in my left. So feeling them try to be as squared off to each other as possible. Hands behind the head. Exhale, press out. Inhale to close. And as I'm pressing the left leg away, I'm fighting that urge to want to lean forward into the box. Okay, so continue to have the back of the head really press into your hands. Eyes looking straight forward. 1 more time there. And then take the arms open into a T, still allowing the ears to sit back over the shoulders. We'll press the box away. Rotate left. Rotate back in. And to the right. This is definitely my trickier side. Back to center and pull back in. And push. Lift as you rotate. Back to center. Lift to the right. Back to center. Carriage comes in 1 more time. Dropping my left hip to twist, especially if you're starting to feel a little unsteady there. Maybe the hip is lifting. Come back to center, let that box come in. Shake out those legs. Okay, so next we're going to do some tricep work. We're gonna come on top of the box, hands and knees. Making sure that you grab onto your long loop. You could also do short loop if you'd like this to be a little bit heavier. We're gonna pull the belly up and in, finding our neutral spine. Bring your elbow to your side. On an exhale, extend that right arm back and inhale to bend. So every time we bend that right elbow, we're gonna try our best not to drop it to the floor. There's lots of length through the neck. For 3, and 2, and 1. Step to the right side of the carriage, so the foot comes down. You're gonna grab high on the rope and take that loop all the way over your thigh. Bring the knee behind you so that it goes right underneath your hip again. Hands underneath your chest. My rope is on the outside of the hand. Moving into a fire hydrant. Exhale, lift your right knee out to the right and lower. And lift and lower. So as you're lifting that leg out, you're gonna start to feel the sides of the waist try to stabilize you a little bit. Naturally, I wanna lean into my left hip a whole lot, and I'm trying to use my obliques, use my shoulders to stop me from falling to the left. For 3, and 2. 1 more. We're gonna turn this into a thigh circle. So feel that circle originating at your hip, open, pull back, let it lower. Open, pull back, and down. One more. And we're reversing. Back, out, and down. Back, out, and down. 3 more. And 2. And 1. All right, bring that foot to the side. It's the easiest way to pull off that strap. Once you have that off, we're gonna switch on over to our other side. If at any point this is a lot of wrist tension for you, try to oppose that stretch. Maybe sit back and flex into the front of the hand. You can also always go into a fist position if your wrists are bugging you. All right, long loop into that left hand. Elbow to my side, belly pulling in. Exhale, stretch back. Inhale to bend. The most important part is getting that extension in there. The bend can be small. For 3, and 2, and 1. Long loop over the thigh. All the way up. Scooting my knee back behind me again. If the rope is rubbing on you and it bugs you, just scoot to your left. Hands under the shoulders, fire hydrant first, so we open to the left and down. And lift out of your right hip and lower. Exhale. Inhale down. 4 more. Feeling the sides of the waist kind of narrow in towards each other to keep that core engaged. Last one. Going into your thigh circle next. Let's lift out first. Pull back and under. Out, back, and under. Check in with your shoulders. This is where they start to get a little bit tired. I know that mine want to sink a little bit. 1 more. Reverse. Push back, out, and around. I'm going to go into my knuckles. Back, out, and around. One more time. And then bring that foot to the side and let that strap come on off. All right, coming off of your boxes, let's switch to one red spring only or one heavy if you don't have red. So next we're going to grab our ball and our loop. Placing the ball in the box. We want to make sure that we place our bar right into the middle setting. And then I'm going to sit on the box facing my platform, taking both legs through my band. We're going to do a fun combo that involves glutes and abs, really working into those external rotators. When you have your band on, you're going to lean back into your ball, just enough to find like a C curve position, and then you're gonna bring your heels onto the foot bar. Let's do a Pilates V to begin. Belly is pulling in, my knees are opening wide as if I'm doing a clamshell. I'm going to press out from the legs, squeeze them together, and then really open the knees to come in. Out, and open the knees. Eyes are looking forward. This is nice and light for the leg press, but you should be really feeling the wrapping of the thighs and those external rotators working to open the knees. Adding on, when you press out, you're gonna lift your arms up. They lower as you come in. So lifting the arms is going to challenge those abs just a little bit more. And 4. And 3. 2 more. Shoulders down as you lift those arms. 1 more time. Come in. Give yourself a little breather. Bringing your chin into your chest. On this last one, we're not really going to be moving the carriage. We'll keep this carriage stable, and we're going to add clamshells and rotations to get into our obliques. So leaning down into that ball again, lifting the arms up. Let's do 3 clamshells first. 1, 2, 3. Hold it open. Twist, 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 and twist. Come back to center. 1, 2, 3. Hold it open. Twist, 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 and twist. 2 more sets. Hold it, rotate. Left, right, left, back to center. 1 more time. Right, left, right, left, and close it. Woo, all right, I'm feeling those hips. Take off your band. You can put your ball aside as well. You're going to straddle your box so that the feet come onto the sides of your carriage. I'm going to keep my spring on a red and use my long loops for this. If this feels too heavy, you can always jump down to a blue or a half spring, whatever you have at home. All right, so I want to feel like I'm sitting right on top of my sits bones and I'm not rolling past them. Ribs over my pelvis, shoulders over my ribs. Elbows are going to open up wide. There's already some tension to begin. On an exhale, we're going to press forward. Inhale, open. Exhale, press. Inhale, open. So I'm feeling my scapula kind of wrap wide on my back as I push away. When the elbows open, the shoulder blades are coming a little bit closer together. For 5. Keep growing tall from the top of the head. And 3. 2, and 1. Very nice, you guys. All right, moving on. Now we're just gonna take a nice little sweep with the arm. So there's a bend in my elbow. I have some engagement in the bicep. On the exhale, we'll sweep forward and close. And exhale, sweep, and inhale, lower. As you're letting your arms come back, let's be mindful not to let them come past our hips. We should always have some type of tension on the straps. This would be incorrect. 3 more. And 2. Last one. All right, last one that you're gonna do here is crown. So think of reaching your arms out overhead, hinging from your hips. So we're no longer upright. We have to lean forward just a little bit, lifting out of our hips. As you bend your elbows, bring your hands to the back of your head. As you straighten your arms, your hands will separate. Inhale, bend. Exhale, push. Inhale, bend. Exhale, press. So working a little bit into those triceps. Trying my best to control my spine so that as I bend my arms, I don't shift my weight forward and back. One more time. Circle the arms and just let your arms rest. Next, we're gonna work on some teaser preps. So you can keep your loops in your hands. You can choose to go to the short loop to make it a little bit more challenging for the arms in the end, or you can stay in your long loops. Scooting your hips forward towards the front edge of your box and take your toes onto the foot bar. You're going to start by pushing the bar out all the way. It's important that you have space behind you because we're gonna roll down. Now, using your legs to your advantage here, arms are completely free. There's no tension there. You will start to slowly round your body, bone by bone. My shoulders will be at the edge, my head hangs back, and my arms open. On an exhale, the chin comes towards the chest, the belly draws in. This is where it's tricky. We push down into those feet, continue engaging your core, rounding forward, you sit up. So this is a great prep for teaser because we still have some assistance with the legs instead of floating them up. All the way back down and take it again. And then we're gonna come back down and maybe if you're wearing slippery pants like I am, you're starting to slide a little bit further back. And if you are, you can always readjust yourself and just scoot back down so that your shoulders are on the box. On your last roll down here, let's hold it open. So I'm in slight extension. When I start to roll up, I'm gonna lift my right leg up off the bar, just the right leg. Pushing into my left leg to help me. My arms reach, there really is still no tension here. And then roll back down, and as you roll down, the leg lowers back onto the foot bar. You're gonna do that with your left leg. Exhale, scoop the belly. Rolling up, pushing into the right foot, a little lift of your chin at the top, and roll back down. Now you can continue to take that version, or as you roll up, you're gonna see, can I lift both legs at the top? And then slowly roll back down. And this time we're gonna see, can we not even use the bar? Exhale, scoop the belly, round it up, lifting those legs. If that's not in your Pilates practice, it's okay. You're gonna go back into the prep. You guys have one more here. Rounding, scooping, find that balance, and roll it all the way back down. Great job, you guys. Just drop your straps, place your feet onto your platform to kind of like help you get back up, and you're done. Moving on, box is going to turn short. And next, we are going to grab our loop again, placing it over our thighs. And then let's keep ourselves on a red here. You could always go just slightly lighter if you want more of a challenge pushing the carriage in. Red gives you just a tiny bit more assistance. We're gonna come to standing on top, hands on the bar, right foot on the platform. Left heel is lifted into my box. I'm gonna get so low that I can rest my shin on the foot bar, and then I don't wanna let my hands rest any longer, so I'm gonna let them come to here. On an exhale, you're gonna press back with the left leg, lift your arms, lower down. Exhale, inhale. So I'm keeping most of my weight through this front leg, really trying to focus on the extension of the left leg. 3, and 2. One more. Hands down, bring both heels to the box. Now, let's try to get nice and low first. Bringing the hips a bit lower than my shoulders. On the exhale, press out. On the inhale, pull in. Feeling the sides of the waist narrow in, the belly drawing into the back. Shoulders strong. One more. Keep your right heel where it is and step your left foot onto the platform so that you can do the other side. So my shin is connected. I'm nice and low in my legs. As the right leg stretches, the arms reach and in. Exhale. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands down. Bring that heel back against the box, both of them. We're going to do a mountain climber. So you're going to press out for plank first. More challenging to keep your arms pushing away from the foot bar. Less challenging if you're above the foot bar. Right knee comes forward. Release. Left knee forward. Release. This is going to challenge your hip flexors as well as you're drawing that knee into the foot bar. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull it in. Take a seat. Pat yourself on the back because that was hard. Next, you guys are going to bring your foot bar down all the way. We're still going to be working on the outsides of the hips, so really activating our abductors here. Keep the band on. Come to standing. I'm going to turn to you guys to bring my right foot onto the platform. And we're going to do a nice little squat and lunge series. So you're going to start with your hips over the heels, shoulders pulling back over the hips. On a squat, we'll reach the arms out. Now you'll press out with your left leg, pull it back in, and stand all the way up. So that's 1. Reach, press up, pull it in, and up. Reach. Hips really sit back, so you have to take a nice big hinge in those hips. Focus on your breath, especially as you start getting really tired through those hips. And up. You guys have 2 more. One more time. And you're done. We are going to turn around to the other side, so if you need to, use your hands on your box to safely turn around. Switching feet. Weight sits back over my heels. Arms are going to be down by the sides. As we squat, arms forward, push out, in, and up. Squat, kick, bend, stand up. Really pressing into the back of the heels, engaging the back of the legs as I come back up. 2 more times. And up. Awesome. All right. Step on down safely and slowly. Go ahead and take off that band. Add all of your springs here. Pulling up the black foot strap, we want to have that ready. If you are, I would say, 5'9" and taller, and you have the option to pull your carriage out, that would be very helpful for this exercise. I'm only 5'4", so I'm going to keep mine as is. Grab your ball, and then we'll get ready. All right, so I want just my right foot underneath the foot strap, and I'm going to turn to face towards you guys. So my left leg is on top of the box, and I'm squaring my hips forward and my shoulders forward. I want to feel like this right hip can start a little bit more parallel. The ball is in the right hand. The left arm is reaching out. It's ready to receive the ball. On an inhale, you're going to reach up and over to your left. You're going to pass the ball, and then the arms open, and we exhale to sit all the way back up, relaxing into that hip. Take it again. Reach out, inhale, pass the ball, exhale, my right obliques help me come back up. Reach, over, open the arms, all the way up. Let's do 3 more there. Two more times, really thinking of staying long across the front of the body. One more. And you're up. Taking a stretch here, keep the ball down on the carriage because we'll use it again. You're going to twist your body away to the left, facing towards your frame. Left hand on the left rail, right hand on the right. Walk your arms forward. Breathe into the right side of your back. Kind of stretching out everything you just worked. You could also take your right hand over to the left railing if this feels good for you. It's more intense. And then slowly you're going to come back up to your seated position, and we're going to do that on the other side. So left foot goes under, right foot comes out, twisting to my right. I'm going to start with the ball on the left hand. The right arm is ready to receive, trying to pull the left hip forward. Reach out to your right, all the way over, past that ball, arms open, and we sit back up. Reach out, inhale as you're taking that. Now exhale, the left side body engages to lift. And 3. Two more. One more time, you guys. Awesome. Put that ball down. Enjoy your twist. Excuse me. Hands on the frame. Slow down your breath a little bit. Trying to lengthen the entire left side of your back, your waist, your left leg. Maybe both hands come over to the right rail. See how that feels. And walk yourself back up. All right, so foot comes out of the strap. We're done with the ball and we're done with the band. You guys can put your box away as well. Put your straps down onto your pegs. We're gonna move into some arm work next. I just wanna switch my spring to something much lighter. So typically when I'm doing overhead work, and especially single arm, I like to go very light. So I'm gonna go onto a yellow spring, but I'm gonna put it onto a button. That button's just going to extend the spring and make it a little bit heavier. If you don't have a yellow, go to your next lightest spring for you. button, I have to lift my bar just a little bit so that it doesn't rub against the spring. The bar does not have to be up though. Okay, so kneeling in the center of the carriage, I'm going to start by grabbing onto my long loop in my left hand. And when I get started, I want to feel just a very, very slight amount of tension here. My elbows are soft, my palms are up, almost like I'm scooping. On an exhale, the arms are going to lift all the way overhead, fingers touch. And then we open and we try to keep some type of tension on that left arm. And open. The hips are pressing forward. The shoulders are trying to draw down as you lift up. One more time. And open. Okay, next is going to be your hug a tree, but single arm. So the arms come in front of the chest. Exhale, reach. Inhale, open slowly so you keep some tension on that left arm. Exhale. Inhale. Because this is such a light spring, it is important to not pull too fast. You're going to have some slack on that rope and it's going to seem a little bit jerky. If you're having too much shoulder tension, start to work at a slightly lower range, bringing the hands below the chest. One more. And then we're going to take the long loop into the right hand instead. So because I'm so close to my foot bar and I switch to the rope, my carriage is already pulled out. That's going to make it a little bit harder, a little bit heavier for the right arm. Without rotating your body, pull out and then fully punch the arm all the way out to the side. Bend the elbow and bring the wrist back to your hip. Exhale and inhale. On the initial pull out, I always want to feel like my right shoulder blade draws down first so that I can stop myself from overusing this trapezius muscle. So I don't want to lift and then pull. So we draw down and out. 3 more. Draw down, push out. And 2. Ooh, I'm feeling that burn. One more time. And that's it for that side. So we'll turn around and repeat those 3. Starting with the 5th position first. Right hand is going to grab the long loop. I'm scooting closer towards the foot bar. The arms are going to open with a nice little bend. Exhale, scoop the arms up and release. Exhale, reach. Inhale, release. Always keeping some tension on that right rope. Eyes stay looking forward and the neck stays long. 1 more. All right, letting the arms lower, going into hug a tree. Arms close in front of the chest. Exhale. Inhale to open. And exhale. Inhale. As you're pulling, when that strap starts to get a little bit heavy, sometimes we compensate with other parts of the body. So I notice where my ribs like to flare a little bit. I'm going to try to pull the ribs back, keep them over the pelvis as I reach the arms. 1 more time. Take that strap into your left hand. Right arm can be on your hip. It can be relaxed by your side. Both shoulders are opening to the wall in front of you. On your exhale, we pull out all the way, the palm is forward, and then the elbow bends and we return. Always thinking of drawing that left shoulder down before you fully extend the arm. This way we can keep the neck relaxed. 3 more there. And 2. 1 more. Woo. All right, nice job, you guys. Moving our springs to 2 red and then bringing the bar into the middle. you're also going to grab your ball just one more time here. We're gonna lie down on our back, making sure your headrest is flat first. You're gonna lift your hips like you're doing a bridge, and you're gonna place that ball right at the top of your tailbone. I don't want the ball to be too high up on my back. That would just increase the arch in my lumbar spine, and I would have a lot more challenge to keep my core engaged. So keeping the ball just a little lower. Loops are gonna go onto the feet. I'm gonna do long loops. If you choose short loops, it will just feel a little bit heavier for you. Legs up to the sky, tail drawing into the ball. Let's stay parallel first and exhale to lower. And inhale as you lift. With the ball under the hips, when you come to this lowered position, what we're watching is that we have this nice relationship between our ribs and our pelvis, right? So they're right in line with each other. I wouldn't want to go further because then I'm going to arch my low back and I lose that connection between the two. Right there and back up. Heels together, toes apart. Exhale. Inhale, lift. If you're ever unsure, you can always try to take those hands onto the belly. Feel the area between the bottom of the ribs and your pubic bone, or just the side of the hips there. And then lift and lower and try to feel that connection between the two. On your next one, we're gonna lower just halfway down, right there. Keep the heels together, bend the knees for frogs, and exhale, push. Inhale, exhale. You can flex your feet, you can point your feet, whatever feels better for you there. Maybe you flex to come in and you stretch to push away. One more. Lift your legs up. Now we're going to take our leg circles, open at the top, really straddle those legs, and then close at the bottom. Still keeping that core connection. Lift, open, and close. Lift, open, and close. Come up to the top first, reverse that, lower. Turn out the hips as you straddle. And lower. And open. Go for one more there. Now we're going to let the knees draw all the way into our chest. We kind of just feel the back melting down into the carriage. I want you to allow yourself to push into the straps with your feet to take the ball out and put it on the floor. From here, let's take just the left foot out of the strap, reach it onto the peg, and then right leg to the sky. For your hamstring stretch, start to bend into your left leg. I'm flexing into my right foot. Sometimes the strap wants to fall off, so you could always give it a little tug. You could also move it to your ankle. Hips are heavy underneath you. You're breathing into that stretch. Hop your left foot out to the corner of the bar, rotate that hip, and then let your right leg open to the right. Feel your pelvis square off to the ceiling so that you're not leaning to your right. And breathe into that. Your left foot comes back to the center of the bar underneath your hip. You're gonna push out first and see where you can bring your right leg. Drawing that right hip down into the carriage. Maybe start to bend into your left knee. Reaching a little bit more into the IT band. You might feel this behind your knee. You might feel it into the calf. Come back to center and take figure four. Left leg crosses over your right leg. Once both legs are bent, you can push your left knee away from you. You still have both hips down. And then uncross the legs. Let's move over to our other side. Starting with the hamstring stretch first. So I like to put a little bit of extra weight into the strap just to stop my strap from falling. See where you can bring that leg without completely curling your tail off the carriage. So I'm trying to actively draw my tail down as the leg is pulling back. Your right leg hops to the corner and you open that hip. The left leg opens to the left. You're relaxed in your neck. Your hips are squared off to the ceiling. And then the right foot comes back into the center of the bar. You're gonna press out first. Let the left leg just cross the center of the body. See where it wants to go, but still maintaining a heavy hip. Bend into your right knee. For me, on this side, I feel it a little bit on the side of my knee. And that's one of the attachment points for your IT band. Just breathe through that. Come back to center, bending into both legs. The right leg crosses over the left. You can push your right knee away from you. And then go ahead and uncross, taking off that strap. And then that is it. You guys are all done. Thank you so much for joining, and we'll see you next time. Bye.